welcome back to another fabtabulous day here on Great Bay Bakers. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. Got my lawn sprinklers fixed this morning. Guys came out. It was the drain valve on the end of the line where it drains for winterizing. It was leaking. The little check valve wasn't working. But today I'm going up into this attic up here, and I'm going to see if I can find my other radiator for the Corvette. Pretty sure it's up here. I think I kept it in the box, so it should be ready to go. I'm going to go in this room right here and see if we can locate it real quick. I'm pretty sure it's back here in the corner someplace. Yep, there it is right there. See that right there? That's my radiator. Nope, there it is right here. It's up on top. Radiator. So let's get some boxes moved. See if we can't get this thing out of here. Oh, this is not the radiator. It's the old fans, the stock fans. I don't think I'll need those, since I've got the DeWitts fans in there. Here's the old radiator. It is aluminum, so it should be, it's really not that heavy. So now I gotta get this out of the way. I do have some other parts that I'm trying to locate, but obviously I haven't found anything yet, but that's for another day. So there's our radiator. We're going to take it downstairs with us and see if we can't get it to work. That beautiful view. I love this place, I really do. I just wish I didn't have the country road to deal with. Anywho, it is what it is. I really do like this place though. I really do. There's GRAPE. He's ready for me to be working on. I still got all my tools and stuff running there. And I'm going to go tomorrow to Lincoln to pick up the old radiator. I'm going to use it as a backup in case this doesn't work, because they're going to put a temporary patch on it and won't be able to sell it for anything worth money anyway. So my plan is to put it up here on the wall somewhere after I paint it purple. We'll see about that though. But here's the old ECP radiator. I really hate to put this thing back in there, but I think it was okay. I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't think I had any issues with it, other than I got a DeWitts radiator and I thought it would be better, but obviously it's leaking. So we're going to put this back in. Today is Tuesday. Like I said, June 10th. And I highly doubt that I'm going to be able to get to this until Thursday. At least Thursday. So we'll go with that. I got a bend right here on the top. I'm going to have to see if I can fix that real quick. Here's my jack I fixed. I've got me, whoops, wrong drawer. You'd think I'd know these drawers by now. Flat. Let's see if I can get it to go. Should be able to. Oh yeah, easy peasy. Aluminum. Straighten that right up. Nice and straight now, huh? Alright. Now we're good to go. Anyway, this is the second part of my video that I got up on YouTube. So this will be the second part to the first part, which is always after the first part. So I'll be back Thursday. Today's the, what did I say, 10th. So that'll be what, the 12th? Later. I'll be back. Good morning, everybody. It is 7:51 in the a.m. I guess I want to say June 11th. Yep, June 11th. Anyway, as you know, I took my radiator down to Lincoln to get repaired. It's not repairable, so I'm right now headed down there to go get it. It's going to take me another 42 minutes to get there, and they open at 8:30, so I should be right on time. But hopefully they'll have it ready. I don't know if you can see it over there, but that is Haymarket Park. I believe that's where the baseball team plays. And up ahead, there's Pinnacle Arena. And off to the left of that, on the other side of the interstate, will be Husker Stadium, Memorial Stadium. Right there is Memorial Stadium. Like I said, there's Pinnacle Arena. That's where the volleyball and the basketball play. And right over here is Memorial Stadium. Lincoln, Nebraska. On Saturdays, football season, this is the third largest city in the state. Pretty cool, huh? This is a shop right here. Not very big at all. It looks like they're open. Hopefully they got the radiator done. But we'll find out. Alright, we're back in Lincoln. We got our radiator. And it's got a temporary repair on it, but he said it might hold. You see down here they put like epoxy or something in it. He said they've seen them hold for quite a while. And they've seen them fail after a short while too. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this thing back in. Well, let me show you what I got going on inside here first. So I'm going to go with the ECP one and use a DeWitts as a wall art. So that's my plan right now. I'm going to use the ECP version. And we'll go from there. And hopefully that'll work out. But we'll see. I'll be back. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to work on it today, but we'll find out. I might be able to, I might not. But I'll be back with the video when I get progress done, and I'll let you know which way I went. So stay tuned. Welcome back to the Great Babe Garage. Today is Friday, oh no, Thursday, June 12th. Did you notice I shaved? But I'm going to try to get this radiator back together and get this thing back running again. I decided I'm going to put in the ECP one, and we'll go from there. I'm not going to show you the process because I think we all know, anybody that watches this knows how to put the radiator back in a Corvette. So this isn't a how-to video, just yeah, just for my enjoyment, I guess. Alright, unfortunately I think I'm done for the day. I didn't find what I was looking for. I need to get some zip ties so I can zip tie that coolant line to the top of that fan. I found something similar which I wanted, but these are a little bit bigger than I wanted, and I don't want to drill that big of a hole in there. So I ordered some off Amazon, and they say they'll be here between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, so I should be able to finish this up tomorrow morning. I've got the radiator sitting in there and the condenser sitting in its place. Got my hose here where it's going to go. I'm going to go underneath the top hose there, but I thought I'd have it done today, but my car had other plans. But I got these in case I need them. I don't think I will, but I'm not going to take them back because I don't take stuff back. If I can use it later on, I will. So I think I'm done for the day though. And we're going to call it a day anyway, because I can't really do much else. I'm going to put the DeWitts fans back in, obviously, because I like the way those things pull air through it. So I'll be back tomorrow morning, hopefully. And we'd be able to finish this thing up and get back on the road. Hopefully this radiator will work out. I got the tranny lines hooked up, they're tight. The bottom hose is on, it's tight. I just need to get I'm waiting to do the top hose as well because I want to be able to make sure the fans fit down in there like they should before I put the hose back on. So I will see you guys later, and remember and we'll see you tomorrow. Well, today is Friday the 13th. Happy birthday, sis. Hope you have a great day. Good day probably to not work on the car since it's Friday the 13th. I ordered some parts or a zip tie for this to keep this hose out of the way of moving parts. And I ordered them yesterday. Said if you order them by a certain time, you'll get them between 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock in the morning. Didn't show up, obviously. Amazon is getting to be really messed up on their shipping, and they have been since COVID started, really, but it's really been getting bad lately, and I'm so getting frustrated with it, actually. But anyway, no parts for today, so I won't be working on the car. Be a good day to just do lawn work. I gotta mow the grass, trim, do stuff like that, so I'll wait till after lunch to do that. But no work on the car today, unfortunately. So I'll probably have to do that tomorrow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is June 14th. Going out to work on the vet, hopefully finish up the radiator. Got my parts hopefully I need. And you know, the riots are going to be happening today from what I understand. Small towns probably won't get it, so I probably won't hear about anything about our town, but just in case, I got a little support. One thing I haven't seen for a while in our pond is that little turtle. I wonder if he vacated and went elsewhere. Not sure. Hopefully he's still around. But I think we got all the parts we need to get this thing put back together today, hopefully. Alright, we got the little retainers here for the radiator hose done. Mounted in there. I drilled a 7/32 hole, deburred, and we'll zip tie them like that. Should hold them pretty good. I'll clean them up a little bit and then I'm going to put them back in. Alright, fans are in and mounted. Got a couple extra zip ties down below for the wire harness to keep it away from the sway bar. Now I'll get these hoses hooked back up and we'll put the top cover on. Well, first we got to put the front cover on. Then we'll put the top cover on. Alright, I'm working on getting this hose attached to the radiator here. But this nipple, he said nipple. This nipple here is larger than the other one. The other one's a 1/4 inch. This one I believe is 3/8. And this 1/4 inch hose is having a hard time going over that. I haven't actually measured it. Well, you know what? Let me get my caliper out and see what's going on with it. Got my caliper out. Let's see what we got going on here. Yep, that's bigger than a 1/4 inch. That's 3/8. Definitely larger than a 1/4 inch. That's 3/8. So, let's check the DeWitts one here. Yep, same thing. It's a 3/8. So, I'm trying to make this 1/4 inch hose work. Otherwise, I'll be going to town getting me a 3/8 hose and redoing all this again. Alright, we got it on there. Hopefully I didn't mess it up that much. I hope I didn't mess it up, but we'll find out. It doesn't feel too good on the bottom here. I gotta get my mirror out and make sure I didn't poke a hole in that thing. Well, I got my mirror out and sure enough, I had a hole in it. So I think what I'm gonna do is go get me a 3/8 hose instead of a 1/4. Alright, I finally got this figured out. I removed the 1/4 inch line because it was way too small for this nipple here. And I went into town, I got me a 5/16. And it's snug here, and I mean it's okay on the other side, it's not super loose. It went on with a little bit of friction, not much, but not like this one. But I hope it'll work. I'm assuming it will work. That ain't gonna go anywhere, so that'll be good there. Now I can put the front cover on and button that up. Then we'll put the air intake on. Yeah, I think we're about there. Another little update. Got the shroud on. I think I'm gonna put some coolant in it. Well, I can't do that because I gotta start the car, so I gotta put at least the MAF, plug the MAF in and the air filter on. So I might as well just finish it up and hopefully it don't leak. We'll go from there. I'll put everything back together and hope for the best. All right, we got coolant in it. Not leaking yet anywhere. At least it's not running out anywhere, which is a good thing. I can't start it yet because I gotta order a part for my. Oops, a hair. Gotta order a part for my air duct there, so I can't put that on yet. But other than that, it's ready to run. I don't have the cap on tight yet, but it's ready to go for the most part. Looks like I need more coolant in the tank, so I'll get some more in there while it does this thing and goes where it needs to go. And I'll let it sit till I get the parts I need, and then we'll run it. That'll be for another day or two probably, at least. Alright, I got 2 full gallons in there. Looks like I could use a little bit more. I got a gallon of distilled water and a gallon of antifreeze. And so far there's no leaks anywhere that I can tell. So I'm going to mix up another gallon of 50-50, or 2 gallons. And I'll put some more in there. And we'll go inside and let it sit for a while and see where we're at when we come back out. Okay, we got 2.5 gallons in there. Nothing wet on the floor yet. Alright, so that's going to do it for today. Today's the 14th. Father's Day tomorrow, so I won't be out here. But I'm going to come out and take a look and make sure nothing's wet on the floor. And then Monday, I'll see if I can't go find a part for the air intake. I might run it without it. We'll see. But I'll be back out here Monday, one way or another. And make sure it's not leaking. We'll run it up to temp and get it going. And then we'll put the front splitter on. So I'll be back Monday. Hope you all have a great weekend. I'm watching College World Series. Best show in town right now. Alright guys, welcome back to another beautiful day here. It is June 15th. Happy Father's Day to y'all. If you're a father. Or I'm sure you have a father, so happy Father's Day to everybody. We're just going to go out here to this garage here and take a look and see what's underneath this car. I don't think there's nothing coming out of the garage, so hopefully there's not any leakage inside there either. I think we'll be alright. Oh yeah. Looks dry to me. Looks dry to me. Yep, that's dry. We're good. I don't smell anything either, so we should be plenty good. Can't wait to get this back on the ground. I think we'll be alright. Alright, that's all the work we're doing today. Now we're going to go get ready to go to visit my parents. And then after that we'll visit the wife's parents. And we'll call it a day. Hi, howdy. June 16th, I believe. Yeah, I think so. But anyway, we're headed up to the barn here again, if you want to call it a barn. We're going to go run the Corvette, get it running, get it up to temperature, make sure there's no leaks. I'm going to put this front splitter back on and get that thing back on the ground. And I got another video coming up after this one. It's going to be an art project. Hopefully that'll work out. But I'm in the middle of making stuff for that, so hopefully it'll work. But this thing should be ready to run. I gotta put the cold air intake back on it. And other than that, we're good to go. So I'll be back when I get it started, and we'll run it up to temp and see what happens. All right, we got the air intake on, everything's plugged in. Let's see if this bad boy will start. And we don't have any leaks that I can see statically. Coolant tank is full for where it needs to be for now. And we'll get it up to temp, hopefully, and make sure there's no leaks that way, and then we'll call it a day. Put the front splitter on. I have an appointment. At 3 o'clock this afternoon, so hopefully I can get it done, but we'll see. We shall see. All right, let's see what we got going here. Cross your fingers. Run for a while, get up to temp, and then we'll be back and I'll let you know how things are. But so far so good. Alright, fans are on. You feel air movement there. At least that one's on. The air conditioner is off. I can't feel that one. Probably could from underneath. Okay, yep, that one's on too. They're both on. That's good. There, they just turned off. Alright, cool. Cool. I knew I was going to do that. I like it when a plan comes together. Alright, I'll be back when I get it put back together. Alright, now you can hear the fans running. So far so good. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to let it cool off before I put the front splitter on. I'm going to let it run for about 15 minutes or so and make sure everything's good. Fans just kicked off, we're good there. Wonder what the temp says. It's really running right about 190 or so. 187. I think we're good there. I'm going to put it in gear and run it a little bit. Make sure I don't have any transmission line leaks. But like I said, I'm going to let it run for another 15 minutes before I do that. So far, so good.
Many repressed memories later.
Alright, so far everything's looking good. I don't see any leaks anywhere. The only thing I had was I had a drip of transmission fluid down there, so I tightened up the bottom cooler hose or tranny line, and that seems to stop. So I think we're going to be okay. No coolant leak down there that I can see. I think we're going to be good. I don't smell any coolant, so that's a good sign. I think we're going to be okay. See mine. My pulley, my crank pulley down there is wobbling a little bit, but it's not quite great or coming out or anything, so I'm going to still call that good for now. It's not moving. My belts are staying on. But yeah, I think we're going to call this good. I'm going to let it run for 15 more minutes, and then we'll shut it off and make sure we don't have any static leaks. And I'll let it cool off, obviously. And I'll put the front splitter back on. And that thing should be done. Then I can move on to other better things and work custom stuff. Like the radio. hoping, I really hope I get that thing done soon. I really do want that thing done. But we'll see how that goes. All right, we're gonna call that job done and done. I'm gonna put a couple pins in this to cover that up. Other than that, I think I'm just gonna leave it loose because it doesn't go down like it should, so I don't want to ruin my pins again. But everything's looking good, no leaks, no runs, no errors. Put the fuel rod covers back on when it cools off. And I'll put the front splitter back on when it cools off. But I'm going to call that done for now. Tranny line was leaking just a smidge again, so I got a little bit of a crank on it again. I don't want to go too tight because I'd hate to strip that thing out. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. So, yeah. I probably won't be able to put the splitter on until tomorrow because I got an appointment with my insurance guy this afternoon, and it won't cool down by the time that comes around anyway. So I'll wait till tomorrow. It's a little after 12. It's quarter after 12 right now, and it's 89 degrees in here. I don't have my air conditioner on, so I'm going in the house. It's too hot out here. I'm sweating my butt off. It's a little cooler in my house in the basement. It's 71 degrees. I'll take that over 89 any day. All right, here we are again, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's, I want to say June 17th. We're going out to put the front splitter on the car, put the front wheels on, put it back on the ground. Got some storms coming in. I don't know when they'll be here, but it's supposed to be another thunder boomer like we had last night. But all we gotta do is put the front splitter on this thing. No leaks, as you can see. So I'm happy about that. I'm really happy about that. And we're gonna get the spoiler out of the attic, bring it down. I got the bolts and washers for it already. So let's get that done and get this thing back on the ground where it belongs. I don't know if you can tell what I'm wearing today, but I have worn this for years. Feel like I'm back to work except for the haircut. Had to look respectable back then, but you know, that's the way it was. Watching CWS Omaha.
Spent a lot of time this year at second, along with
Best thing on TV right now. All right, we got our cooler on. I don't know if it's going to do any good or not. Doesn't feel that cold yet, but we'll see how it does. It says it's 80 degrees in here, so we'll see what happens after a few minutes. If it doesn't help cool it down any at all, well, I'll turn it off and go from there. I'll go get me a mini split. Well, I've been gone for about almost an hour, maybe 45 minutes. And that little cooler is actually working pretty good. The humidity's definitely down, and it's down 5 degrees, so I think we're doing okay. As long as I keep the door shut, I should be okay. I'm not sweating near as much, but I just got back anyway. But it feels less humid in here for sure, though. So that's good. All right, so that job is done and done. Radiator's in, fans are in, they work. Front spoiler's on. Looks like the little GRAPE wheels are on. I did find a little issue when I crawled back underneath there again, and it's got a little, I had a drip of oil, just only one little drop of oil on the floor. And it looks like the oil pan might be leaking a little bit. So I'll have to deal with that sooner or later. Hopefully not till a little bit later. I don't know if I can do it here in my shop or not. I don't want to. I don't feel like doing it, but I'll probably farm that out if it comes down to it. So that's going to do it for this video. And if you stuck around and watched the whole thing, I commend you. Thanks. If not, I don't blame you either. So I will see you on the next video, I guess. And as always, stay great. Talk to you later.